Hello, Chemistry 10H students. This is Mrs. Altman. We are on the second video of our temperature series. So this will be where we go from where we throw in Fahrenheit into the mix. So just to refresh your memory, here's the first additional equation in addition to what was in the last video. I would just write this down somewhere. And then we have got a second equation as well. And then we're primarily going to focus on when you use which equation for this video. You don't need to memorize them. It just makes your life easier if you write them at the top of your paper. All right, let's work through some examples. So I've just copied and pasted all three of the equations here that we could need. So for the first one, I'm just going to add 273 to get it to be in Kelvin. So I get 317 Kelvin. For the second one, it is in degrees Fahrenheit, so I need to convert it to degrees Celsius first. If you didn't already know this, when you are converting from Fahrenheit to Celsius, the number of sig figs in the question is the number in the answer. So I start by converting this to Celsius. I'm going to use the equation that starts with TC. I then plug in 212 for TF. I'll show you how I put it in my calculator in case that is something that is still sort of troubling you. I put it in my calculator all at once, and I got that it was 100 degrees Celsius, but because 212 has 3 figs, I did 100 degrees Celsius. So then to convert this to Kelvin, I just add 273. I got 373 Kelvin. And for the next one, it's already in degrees Celsius, so just negative 35 plus 273. And I got 238 Kelvin. Let's take a look at the next type of example where we will be converting all of these to Fahrenheit. I'm going to just go ahead and copy paste the equations a little bit lower so I can just reference them as I do the following questions. So in order to convert this to Fahrenheit, I'm going to need to first convert it into Celsius. So I just do 45 minus 273. And I get that it is negative 228 degrees Celsius. Now I'm going to use my equation here that starts with TF and plug in negative 228. And for this, because 228 has 3 sig figs, I wanted my final answer to also have 3 sig figs, so I got negative 378 degrees Fahrenheit. So now for my second one, it's already in degrees Celsius, so I only need one equation. I just plug in 45. And I wanted this to have two sig figs, so I did 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And then the second one also is already in degrees Celsius, so I just plug right in. And so I wanted this to have, I wanted this to have 3 sig figs, so I did 414 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, and then there's just one more example where we're going to put all of this into Celsius. For the first one, I'm just going to subtract 273 since I'm just already in Kelvin. I get negative 23 degrees Celsius. For my second one, it is in Fahrenheit, so I'm going to use my second equation And I'll write how I put this in my calculator. Don't really have to put that dot there. Calculator doesn't know what it means. So 250 dot has 3 sig figs, so I want my final answer to as well. So I got 121 degrees Celsius. And then for my last one, I just need the third equation as well. I just plug in negative 15. And then I round this to 2 sig figs. So I got negative 26 degrees Celsius. Great, that's all for this video. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Have a great night.